We may be seeing the death of the used car market. The used car you're eyeing might soon come with a hidden catch that could turn a smart buy into a money pit. Because vehicle manufacturers are locking down the data streaming from modern cars. And if they get their way, independent repair shops, do it yourself mechanics, and your wallet will pay the price. Now, this isn't a conspiracy, it's control. And the stakes are massive. 273,000 repair shops, 900,000 technicians, and 293 million vehicles on the U.S. roads hang in the balance. Now, I want you to stay with me for this deep dive, because by the end, you're going to understand exactly why the National Right to Repair movement is fighting back with the Repair Act and why you should care enough to contact your legislator today. Now, let's break it down with some hard facts, real-world impacts, and a clear path forward. For decades, repairing a car was straightforward. Plug in the OBD2 port, standardized since 1996, and you could read the diagnostic codes, identify issues, and fix them. Owners and technicians had direct access to the data needed for maintenance and repairs, and this system fueled a competitive aftermarket, kept costs down, and gave consumers real choices. Today's vehicles are rolling computers on wheels, some with hundreds of processors and multiple computers on board. Data no longer comes solely from a port, it streams wirelessly through the telematics system, the center screen. And in 2021, 50% of the cars already had this connectivity. And by 2030, it's projected that 95% of vehicles sold globally will include it. That wireless data flows straight to the manufacturer, which becomes the sole gatekeeper, deciding who gets access, when, and at what price. And independent shops are left scrambling for scraps or paying steep fees for limited tools and information and computers. This forces car owners to get their vehicles repaired solely at a car dealer. And telematics enables remote diagnostics and even over-the-air repairs without a shop visit, so this could be something that could help consumers. The benefits for owners are faster fixes, predictive maintenance. Well, those are real, but when manufacturers hoard the data, those advantages flow mainly to the dealerships and not to you. The consumer is hit with higher costs, fewer choices, and privacy risks because manufacturers control the data, which creates clear, measurable downside for drivers. Costs rise because independent repair shops grow more expensive or impossible without direct access. In other words, they can't even check the information on your car. And shops pass on fees for manufacturer-approved tools and subscriptions, turning a $100 diagnostic into a dealer-only expense or really expensive to go to an independent repair shop. And this makes the choices shrink when your trusted local mechanic can't access telematics data, funneling you to the dealership and threatening the 273,000 independent repair shops that employ 900,000 technicians and service most of America's 293 million vehicles. There are privacy issues as well. The data, your habits, location, and performance streams, that goes directly to the manufacturers who can sell it to insurers, advertisers, the government, and others, often without clear consent. You're unknowingly generating revenue for Big Auto just by turning the key or pushing the button. And this may be part of the reason that car makers want that information all to themselves. And in some states lacking strong right to repair laws, shops already report being blocked from repairing newer models, forcing owners into costlier dealership services, and that's their only option. The independent repair shop sector drives an economic engine. Without data access, aftermarket parts makers can't develop compatible components, slowing innovation in affordable alternatives, which impacts your pocketbook. Now, dealers gain repair monopolies, pushing prices higher across the board, and you're going to wait longer for a repair. The result is collaboration stalls because standardizing access would enable shops, suppliers, and tech firms to work together, but gatekeeping prevents that. Now, voters have made their voices clear. In November 2020, Massachusetts passed ballot question 1 with 75% approval, expanding right to repair to telematics. And the state of Maine followed in 2023 with an 84% support. These state victories matter, but federal action is essential to protect the rest of the states and everyone else. Enter the Repair Act, a bipartisan fix for a modern problem. The Auto Care Association, MEMA Aftermarket Suppliers, and Car Coalition have joined forces to advance the Repair Act. Repair stands for Right to Equitable and Professional Auto Industry Repair. That is House Bill H.R. 906. Now, this isn't radical. It is a practical update to match advancing technology and help consumers financially and to have choices on where they get their cars repaired. The bill rests on 4 core principles. Manufacturers cannot create barriers to repair and maintenance. Owners and their chosen repairers gain direct access to vehicle-generated data. The legislation prohibits mandating specific brands, tools, or equipment, keeping aftermarket options viable. A stakeholder advisory committee monitors emerging issues and recommends updates. The Act preserves choice. Owners can handle the repairs themselves, a lifeline for low-income families, or select an independent repair shop, or the dealer. It bans anti-competitive practices like withholding service information or requiring dealer-only parts. All diagnostic tools, software, and data must be available at fair, non-discriminatory prices. For wireless systems, standardized platforms ensure secure, direct sharing with owner permission. And manufacturers develop interoperable platforms meeting industry standards. The National Highway Traffic Association, NHTSA, and the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, oversee cybersecurity rules, and owners receive clear notifications about data sharing and retain control over where it goes. And that I appreciate. Consumers and independent repairers can file complaints with the FTC, which investigates and issues fixes within months if warranted. A diverse advisory committee, including consumers, independents, manufacturers, and insurers, identifies new threats, and I would love to be a part of that panel. The FTC submits biannual reports to Congress and reviews consumer protections every 3 years. The framework leverages existing global intelligent transportation system standards that prioritize security, privacy, and choice without sacrificing safety. So why does this threaten the used car market and your future rides? Without the Repair Act, used cars lose value quickly. Buyers avoid models tied to dealer-only repairs, unpredictable costs, or opaque data privacy. Planned obsolescence accelerates as manufacturers prioritize control over longevity. And by 2030, nearly every new car will be connected. Older OBD2 vehicles will fade, and the multi-billion-dollar used car market will contract as independent shops close and repairs centralize. A 2025 purchase could become unrepairable outside the dealership by 2030 without federal safeguards. Manufacturers claim controls ensure cybersecurity and quality, which you could call a valid concern. Yet standardized access delivers the same protections without the monopolies. The aftermarket proposes a proven framework. Owners register and link vehicles to secure platforms, and authentication verifies identity and permissions. In other words, you own the data, you get to control who works on your car. Data that flows encrypted and standardized directly to chosen repair shops. I like that idea, and this creates a level playing field for everybody. So what's at stake if we do nothing? Current laws can't keep pace with technology. Without the Repair Act, manufacturers dominate the aftermarket, and state-level data shows repair costs have risen 20 to 50% over the last few years. If shops close, we've got a problem. Innovation halts, privacy disappears. Passage of the Repair Act reverses this. Affordable repairs, strong competition, and data you truly control. Now that you've heard this, don't stop here. It's time to act. This affects every driver. Contact your legislator and urge support for the Repair Act. The Repair Act ensures fairness in a digital automotive world. Manufacturers build vehicles, the aftermarket keeps them running. Pass it on, protect your choice, your savings, and your independence. The used car market and your right to repair depend on passing the Repair Act. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe for more videos like this, and check out our car review channel, Car Smarts. You can support me by buying me a cup of coffee, and if you want even more content, check out the links in the description. I'm Lauren Fix. Thank you so much for watching.